Hey everyone, Brinded here. I'm going to be talking about, of course, the mind and how to be free and live a peaceful, content, confident, limitless life. Now, one of the things that I find super interesting is people's behaviors when it comes to things like pleasure seeking, which is an escape. So the extreme cases of that would be alcoholism or drug, heroin addicts. And I do work with people who have those type of problems. So if you imagine the hamster wheel being a circle, and when you step on the wheel, it starts to spin. We spend it could be, there's different hamster wheels going on in the mind. But let's say it's a gain or loss. So we're all trying to gain connection, gain fulfillment, gain happiness, gain connection, gain belonging, gain validation, recognition, status, whatever. So we're all scurrying away to try and gain that, which is something that we gain from outside of ourselves. And what we're trying to run away from on the hamster wheel is feeling loss, losing at life, experiencing loss. So this behavior is a trap. Fundamentally, hamster wheel, they don't go anywhere. So I've worked with thousands of people, and they all have that. They all have this behavior. I haven't met anyone who doesn't, because we all have a mind. And it's the glitch in the mind is the more you run, the more likely you are to flip over to the other side. If you imagine that you're spending your time trying to gain these things, gain more money, gain the boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, happy family, perfect life, etc. The nature of a hamster wheel is that you're spinning like crazy. And so nature is you spin, you either slow down and go back to loss, or you flip over and you go to loss. That's just the nature of this behavior, the side effect. And so what I find people do, and I worked with someone yesterday that triggered this thought in me, is they escape the hamster wheel. Now the only way to actually escape the hamster wheel is actually to look for an escape in pleasure. So it could be getting drunk. So this client I worked with was so everyone's coming home for lunch, so there's a bit of noise. So this guy was getting blind drunk. So he would spend a few months trying to gain more money or success in something, and then he'd get to a certain point where he'd either say, I can reward myself now, or this is too difficult, or something's going wrong, and then they would get blind drunk, and then they would feel lost, they feel like a loser, and then they get back on the hamster wheel. And what he told me was the cycles are getting shorter, and I think as you get older, these cycles that are happening when you're young, you keep doing it, you keep trying to gain this happiness, etc., but it doesn't work, and you're going to get to a certain point where you go, this doesn't work for me anymore. And the escape is usually where people start to experience it. It's like they can't stop drinking, they can't stop eating, they can't stop looking for affairs, they can't stop binge watching something, or marijuana. So that's the symptom of this hamster wheel. It's a way to try and get off. So you're self-soothing. So what I wanted to say with this video is, if you understand that the hamster wheel exists and it comes from childhood, and it's an adaptation to something that happened in childhood that's made you jump on this hamster wheel, then you will understand that that's self-soothing and medicating, because there's no other way to deal with the hamster wheel. All of these things that produce guilt and shame, it's actually really good. It's not a good thing. It's, you just understand it with compassion, why it's being done. That doesn't reinforce the system. It starts to calm it down. You start to realize that, oh, I'm doing this because I'm in a hamster wheel. And so the hamster wheel, when you start to observe your own behavior and you start to see where it came from, that stops you running and it dissolves it. So I'll leave it at that. It's just my thoughts on the escape hatch, which is like a pressure cooker top, or letting off steam, is because there's something fundamentally wrong with your life in that you're in a hamster wheel. And the way to get off it, the only way, is to observe it.